Hey, all of Mike's students, this is Steve. I want to make a little video showing how I mic stuff up and a couple of techniques that I use to make some decent recordings of your drums or make some decent sounding videos. A lot of people in the chat room talk and ask Mike questions about, what mics is he using and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd share a little bit about what little I know about the subject. First of all, when everybody has their own ways of making their videos, the best way that I found out to make my own videos is I have a MacBook which has the built-in camera. It also has a built-in audio or microphone, but I never get a good sound out of that. So what I use is I go into options on QuickTime and choose the audio input as I have a PreSonus Fire Studio as well as a Digimax D8 hooked up to that. But you can choose whatever if you have an external audio card or interface, then you can use that to run extra mics. Mine is an 18 channel expanded out to 16 channels. Usually when I mic drums I use 8 for most decent stuff. So I choose that as the input, and then I can run whatever microphones into that, and that's what you're going to hear here in a second. What I'm using is on my snare and I have a SM57. On my high tom I have Audix i5. They're both really close to the same style of mic. They're both $100. It's just a personal preference thing. On the floor tom, I actually have a CAD kick drum mic. If you want a real low floor tom sound, I would always suggest using a kick drum mic, whether it be the AKG D112, the Audix D6, even any of the lower end mics like the CAD. They have a really decent cheap mic set, but I really liked the sound from the kick mic, so that's the only one I kept from that old set. Yeah, that on the floor tom. On the kick I have an Audix D6. On the overheads I have a stereo matched pair of, what are they? Rode NT5s, I think, the small diaphragm condensers. Any condenser mic overhead will really give you a good sound. Some people like to use room mics. There's another way of miking things that I'm going to show you here in a second, which is a really good, inexpensive way to mic your drums up using just 2 channels. And it's really cool and it sounds pretty good, and I'll show you that here in a second. But I'll give you a little demo of what these mics sound like here in, well, just walk over there and do it. And all these, by the way, are I don't know if you can hear me. All these microphones are running directly into the interface without any EQ, without any compression, without any modifications whatsoever. It's just directly in, and the levels are set. Hopefully they're set. So anyway, that's what that sounds like. I hope it sounds good when I listen back to this video because I'm not monitoring it right now. I'll tell you real quick the other way that I mic stuff, just for simple demos or really just about anything. I have, if you go to nayant.com, they have these microphones, if you can see that there. Okay. All that is, that's green tape that I put on there. But what that is, it's actually a cable end that some guy in his basement makes these things. But what he does is he takes cable connectors, like if you can take this apart, and it's a modified standard XLR cable connector that he's put a capsule in. It's really hard to do this. Okay, put a capsule in, you know, did all the electronics and stuff. But what that is an omnidirectional mic, which means that if you face it this way or this way or this way, it doesn't, well, actually it does make a difference. Let me say that again. What omni means is that instead of being a directional mic, which means it's going to catch everything in front of it, that's what, you know, the cardioid pattern microphone does. What this does is it catches everything because it's a diaphragm that's based on pressure, so any sound waves that are happening in the room it catches, and it's not, it has a different sound to it. I'm not explaining myself very well, but Wikipedia Omni mic, and that's what that is. These are like, I think I bought this one on sale for like 25, 30 bucks. They made, he's got a different version of this now that's I guess a little bit better, but it's, I'm going to turn on the air conditioner. It is, I don't know, $30, $40, something like that, super cheap. This mic will make your drums sound pretty darn good, sometimes better than even miking up each individual tom or each individual piece of your kit. So this really cheap, cool option, Nayant, Naiant.com. And then if you take any woofer from a speaker, this is like from Roadmaster. It's probably one of the cheapest speaker boxes you could buy. You could probably find this in the trash or at Goodwill or in your grandpa's closet. But if you take this and you wire it, let me think. You wire it backwards and you wire it, you might have to look this up because I can't totally remember how I did it. But what I did was I used an XLR cable, chopped the end off of that, and you use like pin, I don't know, 1 and 3 or something. Maybe I'll find a link and I can put it in this. But there's a way to wire this speaker up to where the speaker acts as a diaphragm, because that's all that's inside a microphone anyway, a diaphragm just like this. But if you stick this right in front of your kick drum, it catches the low frequencies. I mean, we're talking like low. If you want to EQ this, you can get like, you know, hip hop rumbling, super ultra sub low kick drum sounds, just from wiring one of these speakers backwards and sticking it right in front of your kick. Super easy, super awesome, sounds cool. I have expensive microphones and cheap microphones, and I still use this. Actually, this is what a Yamaha sub kick is. I don't know, I think Yamaha charges like $250, $300. I don't know what they charge for it, but that's what a Yamaha sub kick is, that right there. So, and I'll get that hooked up and show you what that sounds like here in a minute.